Miami, Florida, where sunshine meets scorching temperatures on I-95. A routine commute transformed into a viral spectacle when one driver's explosive road rage spiral collided headfirst with the universe's sense of justice. What you read about you witnesses with the scripted drama or stage content, this is raw, unfiltered instant karma caught on multiple cameras, and the poetic justice is so perfect it almost seems choreographed by fate itself. The aggressor started with horn blasts and aggressive tailgating, then escalated to dangerous brake checking and obscene gestures that would make a sailor blush. But here is where the story gets absolutely wild. The target of all this fury, an off-duty police officer in an unmarked vehicle, capturing every illegal maneuver on their personal dashcam. The irony alone is chef's kiss, but karma hasn't finished cooking yet. What unfolded next involved a hubcap flying through the air, a catastrophic mechanical failure, and a final confrontation that left the rage-filled driver speechless, defeated, and staring down consequences they never saw coming. This footage has ignited debates across driver safety forums, racked up over 15 million views, and become required viewing in traffic psychology courses studying escalation patterns. You will see the precise moment rage blinds rational thinking, witness textbook examples of aggressive driving violations, and experience the visceral satisfaction when accountability arrives with sirens blaring. Every hunt, every swerve, every threat builds toward a conclusion so satisfying you will want to replay it immediately. Buckle up, this karma delivery comes express shipping with zero refunds on regret. Real quick before we dive in, I'm genuinely curious where my karma enthusiasts are watching from today. Type your city down in the comments right now, whether you were dodging potholes in Chicago, navigating Atlanta highways, or watching from your cozy spot anywhere else on this planet. Let me know you were here. And listen, if you believe aggressive drivers deserve exactly what they get, demolish that like button until it begs for mercy. Your support pushes these cautionary tales to people who desperately need reality checks before they become tomorrow's viral disaster. Every inferno starts with a single spark, and this particular blaze ignited over something so trivial it is almost laughable: a lane merge. Our dashcam footage opens on a congested stretch of interstate where two lanes funnel into one due to construction. Zipper merging, the beautiful ballet of alternating vehicles that keeps traffic flowing efficiently, requires one essential ingredient: basic human cooperation. Unfortunately, cooperation was nowhere on our antagonist's agenda that sweltering afternoon. The red pickup truck appears first, barreling down the ending lane like it is auditioning for the Fast and Furious movie. No gradual speed adjustment, no acknowledgement of the merge ahead, just pure entitlement wrapped into tones of steel and unresolved anger issues. Meanwhile, a silver sedan or off-duty officer's vehicle maintains steady speed at the through lane, positioned exactly where traffic flow predicts based on the vehicles ahead. Standard driving, nothing provocative, just existing in the correct lane. Here is where rational behavior takes a holiday. Instead of slowing to merge safely behind the sedan, pickup truck apparently interprets the sedan's mere presence as a personal declaration of war. The truck accelerates aggressively, attempting to force its way into a gap that physics and spatial reasoning clearly demonstrate does not exist. Metal nearly kisses metal as the sedan driver reflexively taps brakes to avoid collision, creating a space that should have been requested politely, not stolen violently. That momentary brake tap, a defensive move that literally prevented a crash, somehow becomes the justification for everything that follows. In the pickup driver's rage-addled mind, being cut off translation. Not being allowed to break traffic laws with impunity warranted immediate, escalating retaliation. The truck slides in behind the sedan, and you can practically see the anger radiating through the windshield. This wasn't road rage waiting to happen anymore. This was road rage actively happening, and karma was already reaching for its badge. Psychologists describe road rage escalation as a feedback loop where each aggressive action demands a more aggressive response, spiraling until someone blinks or something breaks. Our pickup driver clearly never read that literature. Within seconds of completing the hostile merge, the truck surges forward, closing the gap until its front bumper hovers maybe 3 feet from the sedan's rear. Textbook aggressive tailgating designed purely for intimidation. The sedan maintained speed and lane position, refusing to engage or escalate, which apparently infuriates pickup guy even more. Nothing enrages an aggressive driver kit like indifference to their intimidation tactics. The truck's horn erupts not a quick courtesy tap but a sustained blast that lasts 5 full seconds, the auditory equivalent of a toddler's tantrum. Other drivers instinctively glance over, recognizing the universal signal that someone is having a spectacularly bad day and making it everyone else's problem. But noise alone couldn't satisfy this vendetta. The pickup swerves into the left lane, accelerates to pull alongside the sedan, and the driver, now clearly visible in multiple camera angles, begins an animated performance involving middle fingers, shouted obscenities lost to closed windows, and exaggerated gesturing that nearly causes them to drift into adjacent lanes. The sedan driver, displaying admirable restraint, keeps eyes forward and steady on the wheel, completely unmoved by this theatrical display of dysfunction. This indifference proves intolerable. The pickup got sharply back in front of the sedan to signal no safety cap, pure aggression, and immediately brake checks hard enough that the smoke briefly appears. This is attempted intimidation evolving into vehicular assault, a felony in most jurisdictions, all captured in high-definition glory. The sedan drops back, creating distance, still refusing to engage. Smart move, because karma does not need assistance when it is already locked onto a target. The universe was simply waiting for the perfect moment to strike, and physics was sharpening its claws. Here is a beautiful truth about instant karma. It does not need elaborate preparation or divine intervention. Sometimes it just needs a poor vehicle maintenance, and momentum working exactly as physics textbooks predict. Our enraged pickup driver, so consumed by their fury vendetta against a completely innocent motorist, failed to notice several critical details about their immediate environment and vehicle condition. First critical detail: Miami roads aren't exactly celebrated for smooth maintenance. Years of heat, humidity, and heavy traffic create perfect conditions for pavement degradation, and this particular stretch featured some gnarly road imperfections that careful drivers navigate around. Second critical detail: the pickup's aggressive swerving, brake checking, and general vehicular tantrum was generating tremendous stress on components already compromised by obvious neglect. Those threadbare teeth showing steel belts, the suspension making ominous clunking sounds with every pothole impact, warning signs screaming for attention that deaf ears ignored. The pickup attempts another intimidation pass, this time swerving back into the left lane while simultaneously accelerating and leaning on the horn. The driver is so focused on terrorizing the sedan that they blow through a particularly vicious pothole at 50+ miles per hour without even attempting to avoid it. The impact resonates through the entire vehicle. You can literally see the truck bounce and shimmy as suspensions compress and rebound violently. For one moment, nothing happens. The truck continues its aggressive posturing, driver still gesticulating wildly, completely unaware that mechanical doom is already in motion. But eagle-eyed viewers will spot it in the next frame. The front right wheel developing a visible wobble, oscillating in ways that wheels definitely shouldn't oscillate. The lug nuts, probably loosened by weeks of neglect and now shocked by sudden impact, are beginning their journey toward catastrophic failure. Karma wasn't rushing. Karma was savoring this moment, letting physics do the heavy lifting, while poetic justice aligned like planets during an eclipse. The perfect storm was brewing, and our aggressive driver remained blissfully, arrogantly oblivious. 23 seconds. That is how long the pickup drove with compromised lug nuts before physics and karma synchronized their devastating duet. The truck merged aggressively back into the right lane for what appeared to be another brake-checking maneuver when suddenly, catastrophically, the front right wheel simply said goodbye. Not a gradual failure, not a tear blowout, but the complete separation of wheel from vehicle at highway speeds. The hubcap launched first, spinning through the air like a chrome frisbee of consequences, bouncing twice on asphalt before disappearing into the shoulder. Then the wheel itself detached, the lug nuts that held responsibility for keeping the tons of metal stable having finally surrendered to physics and poor maintenance. The wheel rolled independently for a surreal moment, actually overtaking its former host vehicle before careening off toward the median barrier. What remained was a pickup truck traveling 50 miles per hour suddenly making direct contact between bare brake rotor and pavement. The sound captured viscerally on dashcam audio was unholy. Metal grinding against asphalt, sparks showering like a grinding wheel in a machine shop, and the horrible screech of a driver realizing they've lost complete control. The truck lurched violently right, the exposed rotor digging into pavement and creating a pivot point that physics exploded mercilessly. The driver fought the steering wheel in visible panic, all the previous rage instantly evaporating into pure terror. But fighting physics at highway speeds with 3 wheels and a grinding tall stump is a battle no human wins. The truck rotated, fished and finally shuddered to a smoking stop halfway onto the shoulder, facing backwards, disabled utterly and completely. The sedan or off-duty officer's vehicle calmly changed lanes, pulled ahead safely, and activated emergency flashers before stopping several hundred feet forward. Professional, controlled, exactly how law enforcement handles evolving situations. The officer stepped out, already reaching for their phone, presumably calling for backup, and the tow truck. Justice was about to be served alongside that mechanical failure. Steamer smoke possibly both rose from the pickup's front end as the driver stumbled out, fast transitioning through stages of shock, confusion, and dawning horror. That moment when reality pierces through rage and adrenaline is almost palpable in the footage. The driver stands there, staring at the exposed rotor, the scattered debris, and the wheel sitting mockingly in the median distance, processing that their vehicle just disintegrated mid-tantrum. Then comes the chef's kiss moment that elevated this from simple mechanical karma to legendary instant justice. The sedan's driver approaches, and with smooth, practiced motion, produces a badge and identification. The pickup driver's expression transforms to disbelief, resignation, and what can only be described as the physical manifestation of the word fuck. Every illegal maneuver, every act of vehicular intimidation, every aggressive violation had been documented by someone with authority, training, and legal standing to ensure consequences. The conversation, though inaudible in the footage, clearly involves the officer reviewing footage on their dashcam screen, pointing out specific violations while backup units wide with lights painting the scene in red and blue authority. The pickup driver's body language screams the fear. Shoulders slump, head down, hands occasionally rising to fasten universal gestures of regret and disbelief at their own choices. Citations emerged like receipts at a grocery stall. Reckless driving, aggressive tailgating, unsafe lane changes, brake checking, vehicular assault, and probably a vehicle maintenance violation for operating with dangerously compromised components. Each ticket represented hundreds in fines, points on a license, and insurance rates about to achieve scrap velocity. The disabled truck needed a flatbed tow, adding hundreds more in immediate costs. But perhaps the most lasting consequence was digital immortality. This footage circulated through every corner of social media, viewed millions of times, dissected frame by frame, becoming the definitive answer to what happens when road rage meets instant karma. The driver's tantrum earned them permanent residence in a hall of shame, a cautionary tale that will outlive their embarrassment by decades. This masterclass in instant karma delivers a critical message wrapped in satisfying justice. Your vehicle is not an extension of your temper, and public roads aren't your personal therapy session. The pickup driver woke up that morning probably planning a normal commute, never imagining the day ended with a disabled truck, a stack of citations, and viral infamy. Yet every choice they made, every aggressive swerve, every brake check, every moment of choosing rage over reason paved the highway straight to that outcome. The beauty of this particular karma story: nobody got hurt except the person who deserved consequences. No innocent drivers caught in crossfire, no families traumatized by violence, just pure, distilled accountability delivered with mechanical precision and legal authority. The universe has a dark sense of humor sometimes, and that rule separating at the exact moment needed to end the aggression safely. That is comedy gold written by physics and fate. Smash that like button if this satisfied your justice craving, drop your city in the comments, and share this with someone who drives like anger is a personality trait. Remember, karma does not have a schedule, but it absolutely keeps receipts. Drive safe, stay humble, and keep the rage and therapy where it belongs.